You've heard these songs before. Almost no intro. The first line hooks you before you've decided to listen. The melody is almost offensively simple, but it loops in your head anyway. The lyrics don't need to be understood. You just hum along. One after another, they dominate every platform at once. Then, after a while, the next one arrives. The last one disappears, and you can't even remember what it was called. If you've listened to enough of them, you start to notice a pattern. It isn't random. It's the product of deliberate design, built after studying human attention, emotional response, and the mechanics of addiction. Where to place the hook, what second the peak hits, which emotions are easiest to activate. All of it is calculable. But I'm not here to debate whether these songs are good. I'm here to talk about why we should be wary of them. I know what you might be thinking. Does this really need to be so serious? I get off work exhausted. I scroll through a few viral hits, hum along, decompress a little. What's the problem? That voice is real. I understand it. I've had it myself. But that's exactly where the problem lives, in that word, decompress. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture. You work 8 to 10 hours a day. That time is tightly controlled. Clock-ins, KPIs, meetings, deadlines. Even if you're a delivery driver, a courier, someone who feels like they're moving freely, an algorithm is managing every minute of your day. Which orders you take, which routes you run, your ratings, how often you get dispatched. Your productive hours are accounted for, down to the last drop, but that isn't enough for some people. I don't mean a shadowy, cult-like figure sitting somewhere, maliciously plotting to control everyone. That's not how it works. The reality is quieter and harder to see. What drives all of this is the logic of capital growth, and that logic has exactly one instruction: more profit. Viral hits make money, short videos make money, anything that keeps you engaged for one more second makes money. So these things get mass-produced, and algorithms deliver them to you with surgical precision. The people who design these systems are themselves driven by the same logic. They aren't villains. They're just another category of controlled people, controlled by growth curves, by quarterly numbers, by a metric called user time on platform, so you'll find that no one is truly free. The only difference is what controls you. What does any of this have to do with you scrolling through viral hits after work? This: they aren't satisfied with owning your productive hours. They want the hours you have left, those few hours after you clock out, the time you spend in the shower, your commute, the stretch before you fall asleep. These hours have value. They can be converted into traffic, traffic into ad revenue into growth. Viral hits and everything like them are among the most efficient tools in that conversion process. They reach almost everyone. The barrier to entry is zero. They don't ask anything of your attention. Just open the app, let it play, let it loop. And so your entertainment options quietly narrow. Not through force, but through optimization. These songs are simply the path of least resistance, lower effort, more immediate, more reliably satisfying than anything else on offer. The other options slowly become effortful, then unfamiliar, then you stop reaching for them at all. What you lose on the surface looks like a few alternative ways to spend your time, but what you actually lose is a meal where everyone is laughing and no one is staring at their phone, an afternoon genuinely spent with the people you love, wandering somewhere in nature, needing no content, held by the quiet, running across a field, feeling your body and knowing it's real, sunlight, open air, water, the things that are life itself. But the deepest loss isn't that these experiences are taken from you, it's that the desire for these experiences slowly disappears. You don't scroll through viral hits after work because someone is making you. You do it because you genuinely don't want to go outside anymore, because getting together with friends genuinely feels like too much effort, because standing in nature, you genuinely don't know what you're supposed to do there. The desire itself has been replaced. This is where the narrowing cuts deepest, not by reducing your options, but by making you voluntarily abandon those options. until you no longer even remember that you once wanted them. You think you're decompressing, but what you're losing is your life itself.